as two pals strolling through the park.
Oh my gosh, a dead body.
Whoa!
What's your diagnosis?
He's dead.
He died of what? Heroin? Do you know anything about that, Joe?
I think he did die of heroin, and I do. And you know what? I can teach you. Come on, Jared. Welcome to Joe's School of Drugs.
I have a question. What are heroin's effects on the brain?
Well, let me show you, Jared. So, first, we need to know that heroin is an agonist, okay? It mimics neurotransmitters in our brain. And here's how it does that. So in our brain, we have these neurotransmitters right here, and they flow into the synapse and bind with these receptors that block dopamine. And what happens is our body's natural opiates will come in and block this neurotransmitter from being released, which allows dopamine to flow into the synapse, which gives us a feeling of pleasure and, all that. But what heroin does is it's like a fake opiate. So it's not exactly a square, but it's a rectangle, just for shapes purposes. And it blocks these neurotransmitters from blocking dopamine, so then all the dopamine comes out into the synapse, and that's why heroin gives you a feeling of pleasure. Do you have any other questions, Jared?
Yes, I heard that Narcan is kind of like the opposite of heroin in a way. How does that work?
All right, so how Narcan works is that it's an antagonist to heroin. And if you don't know what an antagonist is, it's basically an Uno reverse card for heroin. So what Narcan will do is it will come to this opiate receptor and form a stronger bond with it. And this way, even if any kind of opiates try to enter this receptor, let's say this opiate wants to come in, the Narcan will just say no, and it will go back. What Narcan also does is it allows all the dopamine in the synapse to get reabsorbed in there so that there's no more dopamine in the synapse, and this will allow the person to breathe again.
Thank you for the education on the differences between agonists and antagonists.
No problem, Jared. I think we should be leaving now.